Ever join a group ride buzzing with excitement only to find something's off? Imagine pedaling away, not just from the pack, but from the whole idea of group rides. Today I'm diving deep into my journey from being a group ride enthusiast to why I decided to leave it all behind. I'll share the pivotal elements that shifted my perspective towards a different path. Today, we'll explore a less crowded side of cycling.
Oh, where does this go? This is something that not many other people have to deal with, which includes
Make sure everything comes together to make a cohesive story.
asking people questions that make sense with the theme, pulling over and setting up shots.
Pulling over to set up shots takes time, and the whole group doesn't want to have to wait for me, nor do I expect them to. Crap, I missed it.
You guys mind doing that shot again? Filming with a group is tremendously difficult.
No one cares as much about the story as I do. And some people are into it, some people don't want to be involved. It's just a lot of things to juggle, and not to mention, it's exhausting. You're working twice as hard, you're always playing catch up. It's just a whole lot of a whole lot. Okay, who can relate to this? You ever been on a group ride and some knuckleheads not paying attention and riding all crazy?
You know the type. Johnny Turbo's got something to prove. You're like, come on, man, we're just trying to have fun together. What are you doing?
Sometimes the group ride is more dangerous than traffic.
Oh boy.
Dear Dork moment. I've been really excited to try these and report to you on them. They're the Giro Volk. They're a heated glove, which is, I think it's fascinating. They use this USB rechargeable battery pack that you can put in other items that are compatible with it, which is interesting. There's 3 different heat levels, and I really appreciate the giant gauntlet-sized cuff. You can see the little wires in there on the top. So the heat is only on the top of the glove. It's not on the bottom, which I kind of wish it was, but it makes sense why it's not. I'm gonna turn the heat up because my hands are cold.
Yeah, for some weird reason, these gloves aren't as warm as you would think they would be. Like, I would almost expect them to make my hands hot. And right now it just feels like I can't even tell it's on, and it's on the highest setting.
My hands are freezing, and it's not even freezing out. I want these to work so much better than they actually do. Man, what a bummer. Well, unfortunately, I would say that I don't suggest you buying these. They're just not quite as good as we would hope them to be. Damn it. All right, here's a true embarrassing real thing that I do. Maybe you can relate. You're on a group ride and everybody's faster than you. You're spending the whole day off the back,
Wondering, why even bother to ride with a group anyways?
and I'll just stew in my own anger. I'm mad at them, I'm mad at me, I know it's not their fault, I know I'm trying my best. It's just not a good scene, all of it. Just hate riding the whole time. The funny thing is, if I was alone, it would be completely like a non-issue. I could ride even slower than I did with the group, and I wouldn't even care. And equally as frustrating is being on a ride with a group that's much slower than you, that stops all the time, takes a lot of breaks. And you're like, what am I doing? I'm spending the whole day waiting. I'd rather actually be riding. And if any of this is landing for you, feel free to subscribe. You know what they say about birds of a feather. They've got to stick together. And the only way to find the right group is to just try some groups. When it's good, it's good. But when it's off, it is way off.
Finding the proper group is like finding a life partner. It can take a long time and a lot of trial and error to get that perfect match.
You ever been on a ride and had some knucklehead in a car almost take you out? You ever wonder what you would actually do if you got injured or worse? Like, who do you call? What do you do? Lo and behold, our plea for cycling advocacy have been answered by a passionate, dedicated group of cyclists known simply as Bicycle Law. They provide legal resources to individual cyclists and cycling clubs, even if they don't stand to make much money, because they value helping cyclists, which they see as helping the community and helping the planet. They're thinking big picture. So the lawyers figured it out. I would have thought the beekeepers. So the move is to put their number in your phone, 866-VELO-LAW. And you can just screen grab this, and hopefully you'll never have to use it. But if you do, there's no risk. They're not gonna charge you to see if they can help out or not. No funny business. I'll also put their link below. And shout out Bicycle Law for looking out for us. They're like our litigious guardian angels. Can we legally say that? Damn, this bike is cool. Today I rode the Ibis DV9, my favorite hardtail. This thing rips, it dips, it bips and bobs. I love it. And it's got transmission. I'm just so proud of this thing.
Yeah, I'm trying one of those mud guards, the fender for the mountain bike. It works pretty good. I mean, it looks a little janky, all zip tied up, but it does work pretty well, so give and take. Another thing to consider is if you're on a training program for something bigger, riding with a group is not going to be easy. You'll most likely have a set time and power output that the group ride is just not going to conform to. Meaning, if you want to crush that big event coming up, it just makes sense to ride solo. Although honestly, I'm a firm believer in just riding as training, so you could still do the group ride and train for the big thing. I know this might be contradictory, but it's true. Another thing is, I grew up as an only child. So that means I love spending time alone. It's actually one of the only times that I feel the most comfortable with myself. And one of my favorite things about being alone is I don't have to explain myself. If I want to pull over and take a picture of this fern, I can. I don't have to tell anybody else why or what I'm doing. I love that. You can set your own pace. There's no organizing. It's just about making a decision and doing what feels right. And for filming, which this is a me problem, solo or a few close friends, that's the perfect formula. And that leaves me wondering what your take on all of this is. Are you a solo rider? Do you like big rides? Do you like groups? I'm dying to know. This whole subject was spurred by one of your comments, so let it rip. Oh, my right glove just died. In fact, I'm quite partial to a small, curated group of like-minded weirdos. Those strike the perfect balance. But I will still ride alone. Like, that'll never stop. So all of this is not to say I'll never do group rides again. In fact, I'm very interested in doing larger events, bigger groups, tons of chaos, terrain I've never ridden, and to get a full understanding of what that's like, check out this video, because that one makes me want to do the next one. Oh, my bike fell. Who wants to come with? Here's a question for you. The leftover bit of riding bar thing, do you save it for the next ride? Do you eat it? Do you throw it out? What do you usually do with it? Curious.